it's Green Crown here. Just a disclaimer before I start, I am not a nail artist or apparently a photographer that has any kind of knowledge of lighting or even how to focus a camera apparently. But these are just some ideas for nails for Halloween. I don't pull them off that well. I tried my best, but it's just some ideas and inspiration for people, so I don't really have to do it that well. It's just if you guys can do it well, that's the important thing. But the first thing I'm doing here is putting on a base coat, and then I'm picking grey. I can't remember what the coat's called. I will put it here. This video is not off to a good start. And this is when I realised that I was going to have to flip the whole thing around so I could actually paint with my right hand, and things started going very wrong. As you can tell by the beautiful focus and the lighting that's only on half of my hand. It's all fine. Now I'm actually just putting on a top coat, which is also nails ink. I'm probably going to be using a lot of nails ink. You might be noticing that I kind of like nails ink. I'm actually going to be showing you two ways of how to do this, but the first way is taking a lid from a bottle of some sort. I just used an Oasis lid, really doesn't matter. And then taking the L'Oreal, I think it's L'Oreal, I really need to have these things prepared. It is L'Oreal 702, which is black. Pouring a little bit into the lid and then taking a craft store brush and painting the cobwebs on. This one's cobwebs, by the way, by doing the lines first and then connecting them with little arches. You can't really see what I'm doing very well, but I tried. This is kind of hard to get right if you don't have a really thin brush, so you can also use a sort of, I have no idea what to call it, but you can find them in sort of nail stores and sort of like drugstores and places like that. And they will have a tiny little tip that you can like squeeze out the paint with, and they do really, really thin lines. The nail varnish you get with them usually isn't great, so if you're going to use them, I would advise changing the nail varnish, but I'll put a link to one in the description so you guys actually know what I'm talking about. I realised that using black on grey wasn't the greatest idea when I was trying to show you this, so I tried to do it on the other hand, but it still isn't great. You can kind of see it a little bit better though. Right, let's just forget this whole thing ever happened. I'm going to put top coat on and move on to the next one and just pretend that you can't see my hair in every single shot. Why? So we're going to pretend that this is in focus and say that I'm putting on Barry M's all-in-one base coat, and then in this order, all nails ink, the Thames, Duke Street, Haymarket, Lanesborough Palace, I'll put that in a caption, and Tate. But for normal people who just want to go out and buy nail varnish, I have grey, purple, blue, gold and red. We're getting a little bit better, at least this bit's in focus. I'm using the striping tool. I'm going to call it a striping tool for this bit. If you do it really slowly, you can get really straight lines, and I'm just breaking up my nails into maybe 3-4 sections. Drawing the long lines first and then going over them with the stitches. And then I'm just using the same nails ink caviar top coat to go over the whole thing. Okay, so these nails are going to be eyes. We're just doing the base coat as normal. Still using the same one as I did before. Blah blah blah. And then for the white base, I'm using Claire's nail tip whitener. Now you can use any nail tip whitener. They usually work better. They have a better coverage. But I would advise just using a normal nail brush. I'm using the angled one that comes with it, but it's a bit rubbish. It would probably be better to use a normal sized nail brush for it. I'm pouring a little bit of nails ink Tate into a lid again, and then cleaning the brush that I used before and using it to draw on the veins of the eye. You want this as thin as possible and try and sort of like fork them a little bit. Don't make them all sort of go in the same direction and look exactly the same. Do some shorter and some longer. Also a formal apology for the placement of my hand in this clip. I tried. And now I'm taking Haymarket and using a dotty tool. Some of them have a bigger dot on one end and a smaller on the other one. It's better to use the big one and just sort of round it out so you get the shape of the eye. You don't really have to use blue, it's just I have blue eyes and I don't know. And then taking L'Oreal in colour 702, which is just black, and doing the same thing inside for the people but with a smaller dot, and then taking the white that you used before or a different white, I mean it's up to you, but I don't control you, and doing a tiny little dot just to give a shine to the people, and then cover the whole thing with a top coat. Okay, and on to the last design. This is going to be like a purple black blood drippy thing, you'll see. Again, base coat as normal, and then I really need to have these colours ready. And then I'm using Nails Ink in Duke Street. I'm not very good at this whole like recording thing. And then just go over the whole thing in a top coat. By whole thing, I mean the one layer that you've done so far. Okay, so we're going back to the whole pouring black into the lid of a bottle thing. Again, I'm still using L'Oreal in 702, but in case you didn't watch the other things, that's what I'm using. You can use any black, it's fine. And then taking the thin brush, just paint it so it's dripping from the top. I would advise doing the outline first and then filling it in, but try and picture how a sort of viscous liquid flows. I don't really know how to describe it. Like think of it as something quite thick. It's not really runny, and don't go too far down as well. And then if you add a top coat, we are done. I apologise for the disaster of this video. I may be filming more nail art ones, but I'll try and actually be able to work a camera next time I try and do that. If you want to see the stuff that I do on my nails, which I do stuff quite often, you can visit my Instagram, which is at voldycat7. I'll put that in the description. Other than that, if you check out our Facebook page, this has been the green crayon from the crayon box. Just check out our other videos, like, subscribe, you know the whole spiel by now.